Hi guys, thank you very much for visiting the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. Obviously you are under the product of the Screamer 10 Limited Edition, and you probably looked into a lot of other models, the Renegade, the Tudor, the Judge, all this, and now you end up on the Screamer 10 Limited Edition page. You're probably wondering, why is it so special with the Screamer 10 Limited Edition? Well, it is part of the family of the other Screamers, Screamer 7, Screamer 9, 12, and 14. But what the Screamer 10 Limited Edition is, it's our pilot for the next generation of kites. For example, all the third generation of kites, Screamers, the 7, the 9, 12, and 14, we took those ideas from the Screamer 10 2011. And we incorporated those ideas on the new Screamer third generation, the 7, the 9, 12, and 14. And we took the new Screamer 10 Limited Edition, which is this one, and gave some other ideas, something for the next generation. And boy, we hit really well. So anyway, this is the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. Now, if you are a kiter that's looking for big jumps, big hang time, big, everything big up there, boards off, handle passes, pretty much it does the same thing that all the Screamers do. But the good thing about also this Screamer 10 Limited Edition is it's an amazing kite for the waves. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I took in the waves and I was just parked and hooked and just wave riding. And the only thing that wasn't very good is when I will hit an air of the lip, it will just take me. It has so much hang time compared to the Renegade. When the Renegade hit the air of the lip, it takes me off, but then I can come down nicely. With a Screamer 10 Limited, I will hit it and I'm like, oh, and you just fly, you know, screaming. And that's the reason why we call it Screamer anyway. But that's what I love about the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. It's a kite. I mean, if you're looking for one quiver kite for the waves and for the hang time, big jumps, then the Screamer 10 will be your quiver of choice. What we had for 2011 was like the power, the raw power of the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. And few people loved it, few people did not like it. It was too much for them. So for the third generation, what we did is we removed some of that power. But then what we did is we add more speed to the kite. So the third generation Screamer 10 is faster than 2011, but didn't lose any hang time. Turns you know, on the dime, but also it's very good for the waves too. So if you're a typer that's a kite that's looking for, you know, a kite that does pretty much everything, waves and jump, I would recommend to go with the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. But this kite is sick. I mean, you won't believe, like, even the kite loops. When you just jump and do a kite loops, it just turns so fast, but it drills you down, and you got to pull that bar, because if you don't pull, you're going to crash really hard. But if you pull it, whoa, the kite comes back at 12, and you just land so soft. You're like, oh my gosh. So the Screamers are excellent for, you know, crazy stuff like that, the big stuff like that. So anyway, I want to show you more about different things. If you look at the kite in the air, you'll see like what we did is actually the Screamer 10 also is a mix of the Judge and the Screamer. So we took some of those, you know, like, and just put them together and came up with an amazing kite, the Screamer 10 Limited Edition. So anyway, let me show you more on the inside. Actually here, I want to show you the construction. You have two settings. You know, right now it's on the fast setting, but if you want the kite to go slower, you put on the slow setting. And you'll see here we pay attention to quality, and look at all this is the it's an EVA that protects the leading edge, and also reinforce the attachment for the bridles. Also, this is on the EVA pad. It's very easy, and what it does here, the way it was shaped is so it grabs the water and relaunches really easy. And same thing here, we added 2 centimeters on each, so it's like 4 centimeters now extra on each for tape, rip tape, and it makes this really stronger so it doesn't rip. Also make sure also when you relaunch your kite or every session, just check your canopy and your leading edge. So if you find a small rip from probably putting your board on top with the fins down, or relaunching on the sand and the shell might have ripped something, or the way you store in the van your car, or probably rigging your kite on the asphalt, you will make some, you know, rips. So so you have to be very careful. So if you see something like that, make sure you patch it so your kite won't rip, because a small hole like that, after a few big impacts, then the kite will rip right there. Okay, so again, there's the kite here. See all the attachments, and the wind is really picking up, so I'm gonna have to hurry so I can get in the water and go kiting. It's part of my job. As you can see here, this is the pump attachment. So you just open it here, and you put the pump in. But then you can use it also, it's strong enough to use a fifth line if you want. Our bars don't come with, you don't need a fifth line, it's 4 lines. The reason few companies use a fifth line is because their kites is jellyfish, so they need something sturdy to hold it. Ours are rock solid, and also to relaunch. All our kites are very easy to relaunch. The Screamer is very easy to relaunch, so you don't need a fifth line to relaunch. But again, this is the Screamer 10 limited edition. So this is the inside of the Screamer 10 limited edition. You can see how nice everything is. So, you know, again, we pay attention to all details. You can see here how the leading edge is sewn together. It's folded like 3 times, and then the 4th time you just solder it and sew it. So it makes the reinforcement of the leading edge really, really incredible strong. Again, those are the attachment of the bridles, you know, for the leading edge, so it protects, but also it's an EVA, so very strong. Here also you'll see we have the one pump system, and here on the clip we did put a protector, neoprene protector. We listened to you guys, so we improved and we put that protect. Also here, if you can see, you have an O-ring. So instead of a zip tie like we had last year, it's an O-ring. So if you want to remove the one pump, just the tube, all you have to do is slide the O-ring off and pull it out. You can see here we have the deflate and inflate pump system. We're not using we've been working on the twist-on valve, but it's been giving us a lot of problem. Like sometimes when you deflate, you just lose it, or because of the sand, it doesn't screw well. So it's a lot of headaches. So I'd rather go and use the old system, inflate and deflate valve. Also, you'll see that the leading edge is hard, rock solid. I pump it to 11.8 psi, very hard. But what I do is I leave one of the valve open. So when the kite hits the water really hard, you know, I want there's a lot of pressure, so I want the pressure to come out, but I don't want to come out from like leading edge and explode. So I rather, you know, this pop out and the wind come out from this way than, you know, having to repair my leading edge. So personally, this is how I fly my kite. I leave always one open, so when I crash the kite really hard a few times, it will come out this way and it won't come out at the end of my leading edge. Schools do the same thing, but you don't need to pump it, you know, to 11.8 psi. You can pump it to 10 psi, it's fine, but it will really work well when it's really pumped hard solid. It just stiff and stays there, and, you know, works really well. So again, you'll see how we have the tape here. What we did is we reinforced it, and we add 4 centimeters on each side, so that we reinforce the canopy where the struts are. And if you can see all the way at the end there, you see how the strut is shaped. This is the same idea than the Screamers, but the end of the strut is a little bit thinner and narrower. It's a cone, but a different shape. Again, this is our pilot. It works really well. So maybe for the 4th generation, all the kites will have the same thing than that. So anyway, this is about the Screamer 10 limited edition. If you're interested in looking in something else, just don't hesitate to go on the product page and just click on any product. Oh, and I forgot, the Screamer comes also with a bag and a mesh inside. So there's a bag, you open, and oh, there's another bag, and you open, and there's another bag, and you open, and it goes, you know, small, and finally you get the kite. Now, so when you open the kite, this is the bag of the 3rd generation Screamer 10, and inside the bag you have another bag inside. It's waterproof, and this is where the kite is, inside this. It's smaller, so you can make it smaller and you can carry it instead of carrying the big bag. But also a good thing about this is you have a zipper here. You can remove it, and there's a mesh inside, and you can extend the bag so you can pack your kite with the struts inflated. You know, some people like the strut inflated. So again, that's another feature for the 3rd generation that we added for all the kites and the Screamer. Okay, I think this is it. I gotta go kiting, so I'll talk to you soon. What do you think? That's the Screamer 10 limited edition 3rd G.
I like the Screamer 10. It's got a lot of pop. I think I got more air than I've ever gotten in any kite with that right there.
And you were the one asking me all those questions. Is this sea kite? Is this this? Is it that? I've tried so many kites, and what do you think?
I like the kite.
What did I tell you? I told you, just try and you'll see.
The Screamer 10, sick kite.
So you like it, huh?
I like the kite.
Very good. So it's your turn.
My turn. I'll give it a try.
Let's give it a shot.